Everyone at Char from Char's Fashion Nation. There's just too much bullshit going on. And for you morons out there in the world saying, oh no, Kingsley, do you know what that actually is? I do, because it happened in 1776. It's the 4th of July, making our independence from Britain. That's right, from the redcoats, not the red hats. Don't get that confused. But I got to brush out my hair. A little naughty. But if you're out there being one of those people saying, no king, no king, well, you're just saying you don't want Britain in this country. If you don't understand history, go back to school. Because, um, well, actually, the 4th of July was made the 4th of July Independence Day when our actual Independence Day was, I believe, August or September, somewhere in there. Um, but then it was made to be the 4th of July because that's when everybody was in Philadelphia trying to figure everything out. Okay? History, history. Um, so when people are out there being stuck on stupid, get ran over by a car, you're blocking traffic from getting through. When an ambulance or a fire truck needs to get through, they are authorized to run your ass over. Do you understand that? I know that there's some listings on Craigslist. Who uses that shit anymore? Honestly, um, that we're paying people to go out there, and those aren't protesters. Those are rioters. You want to throw a Molotov cocktail at a cop, bricks, stones, whatever. You want to cause damage. If you're rioting and looting, you are a criminal. If you don't believe in stopping drug trafficking, money laundering, and human trafficking, and this this century's slavery, if a farmer wants to keep illegal immigrants on their farm undocumented and paying them under the table, that is the same as slavery. Yeah, back back in the day, teenagers used to go and pick the food. Back in the day, teenagers, 6th grade through high school in the 80s until they change it. I'll brush my hair out later or whatever. I still don't feel too good. Um, used to go pick food. We used to be able to have our own food garden. But here in the so called garden state, you're not allowed to have a garden of your own food anymore. How's a garden state without a garden? Anybody? Anybody? A farm is not a garden. So, unless you're the elite, then you can do whatever, but we're not all the elite. So, the contrary to popular belief, like these not protesters, these um, rioters, it's like dumb enough to stand in the street. Did your parents not tell you to stop playing in the street because you're doing that shit and you're getting run over and you're bitching about it that you got a citation because your ass got ran over for being in the street? That's your fault because you're stuck on stupid. My son is former Texas correction, and even he agrees. It's the camera's not on you. Even he agrees that if you're going to be standing in the fucking road when a semi truck is coming through and
You
you're
deserve to get hit.
yeah, you deserve to get hit. If you're standing in the middle of the road when an ambulance is coming,
You deserve to get hit.
when that fire truck is coming through,
But if you're in the middle of the road when the prison bus is trying to transport inmates, you're, they, they're gonna get shot.
that's actually true because that's aiding and abetting, which has recently happened up in New York.
And those protesters that's has technically has freed all those illegal immigrants that was locked up, they will be prosecuted when they
Oh,
get
yeah.
caught. Every single one of them.
Oh, yeah, they will.
Yeah. And if I see any protesters that gets in my way when I'm driving, hopefully I got rubber bullets. I'm gonna start shooting.
Well, his brother has to go to some of this BS in Texas. And the last time they had to do that with the BLM and Antifa shit, he was sent to Dallas. You drop one, the rest run like cockroaches. Because, oh my God. That's what I mean. People get stuck on fucking stupid. Like, quite honestly, this is just dumb anymore. Things have changed drastically over the years to the point where people are so brainwashed to be stupid, they don't think for themselves anymore. Okay? They say, oh, they want to be, independent minded person, think for themselves. Turn off the fucking news. It's a lie. It's a fucking lie. Excuse me, it's a lie. I have not been feeling well. Oh, that's just a fucking made up lie. They take clips and bits of what our president says to make it look like he said something else. So that's very deceptive. And like I've said several times, I was supposed to be with NBC New York. I couldn't lie to you. I couldn't lie to the world. Turn them off. Turn them on. Let the real shit go to C-SPAN, except for on the weekend, because then they voice over what people are saying. I hope you can read lips like I can, because the people were speaking in English, but then they had somebody voice over so that you couldn't hear the truth. The truth is out there somewhere. If you see a fly in here, by the way, that's because the farm fields just got turned in and fertilized. Anyway, like I was saying, for all of you so-called protesters that are actually violent people, your rioters, your looters, like, what does that do for you? Apple actually shut down all their locations in California because they were getting robbed. People were going into their stores and stealing all the Apple products. And what's that going to do? Those are traceable, dumbasses. Those are traceables.
All technology has GPS in them.
Even if,
There's
yeah,
you can trace any technology
you can.
these days.
I didn't put any honey in that, by the way.
Huh?
You might want to put honey in that. The tea.
Yeah, I will.
Um,
I'm gonna drink 1 cup, then add some honey,
honey?
in it, so the
That's
whole
a good
bottle will be
idea.
sweet.
Anyway, so I know everybody's saying that President Trump is going to start World War III. This bullshit's been going on before he took office back Um, but when you see these people come back in on the shores with criminal records, you better start thinking. Start thinking freaking hard, because I'm not going to lie about this. When I lived in Philadelphia 1 year, I had a neurologist who was supposed to be a neurologist at Albert Einstein University Hospital. And it turned out he was an Al Qaeda terrorist. Yeah, start thinking about that, people. Turned out he was an Al Qaeda terrorist. So when you do the stupid shit being on their side, better start thinking quick, because one phone call takes down 20 terrorists. Yeah. And the guy tried to get me by holding a woman hostage and making her like. No, I like when we're able to see who's calling from our phone. Love that. It's really great. And when he forced a woman at point, at gunpoint, I'm not gonna say people, fuck that. He held a woman hostage at gunpoint at the Philadelphia education district on Broad Street. He held her hostage. Ma'am, what are you doing?
Trying to get some tea.
Hold your liquor. Her tongue. She can't hold her liquor. Anyway, he held that poor woman hostage, made her lie to me on the phone. I asked her some questions, told her answer it yes or no. The cops showed up, took him down. That's true patriotism, is it not, Steve?
Mm-hmm.
So think long and motherfucking hard about who you support. Because if you don't support the country that you live in, leave.
Stay.
If you don't like America, leave. Go somewhere else. President Trump even said that. If you don't like America and you're unhappy here, leave.
You destroy our country, we're gonna stand up and protect ourselves.
Damn right. Called the Second Amendment. I mean, if it turns tyrannical, a lot of you people out there know what I'm talking about. So, again, shut up the fucking news. Cash Jordan, which I will leave his channel link.
The one I sent you?
Yeah, I watch him anyway. He used to do real estate videos.
Yeah.
Until all this bullshit started happening. Remember when somebody said, don't come. You can come, just not right now. Don't come. Yeah, when that bullshit, this fucked up borders are, word salad that drowned in the soup.
Really, we shouldn't be fighting ourselves in the United
No, we
States,
shouldn't.
regardless.
We
We got
sh-
things more worried about than fighting ourselves.
Yeah, we do. We should be Americans should be supporting Americans, and I have people that came into this country legally with sponsors, like my friend Eduardo.
But when I lived in Texas, I lived in this neighborhood. It wasn't that good. There's drugs in that neighborhood, and yeah, my brother was a state police. He busted one of the houses a couple of times and found
Dripping illegal
cocaine. Yeah, and illegal.
cocaine.
And my neighbors, there was actually only one Hispanic that lives in that house that was over here legally, and there was about 10 of them in that house.
But was he helping them come over illegally?
Yes, every week he would get in the van, drive down to the border, and pick up the ones
Did
that
he get
cost.
busted?
Nope. Every weekend they would go down to the border, either in a red van or a white van,
Mhm.
and pick up the ones that crossed over
That's
illegally.
that's the creeper van colors.
Mm.
We have a couple of those
And
in
then
this area.
and then they will drive them all the way back to my my to the house,
Neighborhood, yeah.
to the neighborhood. So we had illegals living next door to us all the time. Our landlord knew about it, didn't say nothing, but they were Hispanics too, so they didn't care.
Yeah, you said she didn't like you.
No, but she didn't fuck with me either,
I
because
know.
she knew I wore that badge.
Yeah, I know. Probably also didn't fuck with you because of your brother.
Mm-hmm. And those Hispanics came over and asked me, "Go, you're gonna call ICE on us?" I go, honestly, look, as long as you don't do nothing that you're not supposed to do, honestly, I really don't care. But
If
you
they're
know,
doing illegal.
yeah, I go. But one thing you need to do is try to get your citizenship.
Hmm.
As long as you try to
Absolutely.
get your
If they want to be
citizenship,
here legal, yes,
yeah,
definitely
get
get their
your
citizenship.
citizenship. If you don't try, you need to go back.
But the fact that they found cocaine in that house.
Yeah.
So think about that. Cocaine was found in that house with illegal immigrants that was drug and human trafficking and probably weapons and money. And those could have been illegally printed money. So, forged bills, along with illegal and trafficking, and a lot of, okay, well, do these people want children to be trafficked? Like, if you're dumb enough to go out there and riot for criminals that are trafficking children, you're in the wrong. You're in the wrong for supporting that. You're in the wrong for supporting drugs coming into this country from somewhere else. You're in the wrong for saying it's okay to traffic guns, money,
Honestly,
and people. Oh, and weapons.
yeah, it's definitely enough. But honestly, I think everyone protester that's out there, if they have kids, those kids should be taken away from
They
them.
might not even be their kids.
Yeah, but those kids should be taken away from the
They
parents
should be.
because showing them, because at that point, them going out there protesting is actually being a bad example for the kids.
It is, and that,
Because they're tearing up the United States, destroying buildings. That's not what we should be
hurting
doing.
other people.
Yeah, we should not be doing that. We should be
No.
helping people, not destroying the people property.
And then they're teaching their children while endangering their children. They're teaching their children how to behave in the wrong way.
Yeah,
So not only is it child endangerment physically, but it's child endangerment for their mental capacity.
especially taking the kids out there protesting, blocking roads.
Yeah,
18-wheel, somebody that just don't give a crap. Like
they're
they're
gonna
just
run
gonna-
them over. It's
Yeah.
not the kid's fault. It's
No.
the parents'
Yeah.
fault.
if they don't run the parents over, they're probably gonna run over a child.
Yeah,
And a child gonna get ran over, probably be in critical
yeah,
condition.
or unalive.
Yeah, killed.
Yeah,
Because the parents are letting the children go out and destroy people's property,
Mhm.
trying to block the roads. That is,
yeah. And you know what
unsafe
though?
for
They
children.
use those children as a shield, trying to make it so like, oh well, they won't run over a child.
Oh,
Again,
shit.
if a cop needs through, and you put your kid in danger, more than likely they're not gonna stop. So
No.
stop taking your kids out there
no.
and doing stupid. It's not their fault that these people are not smart enough not to endanger their
Yeah.
kid.
The police, they will force their way through.
Yeah,
Anyone that needs to get through,
I've
if they
seen
will
that.
not let them through, they will push their way through. Even if there's a kid standing there in the middle of the way trying to prevent them getting through,
I've
they will
seen
push
somebody
that
put
kid
their
with their vehicle.
their fresh squeezed baby in a baby car seat in the fucking road. Good thing a truck was tall enough that it just went over it and had that much room above the car seat.
Yeah,
Like, why the fuck would somebody want to endanger a baby?
yeah. There's a lot of people that are getting that is tired of these protesters.
Tearing shit
Yeah,
up.
tying shit up. They're gonna start getting. They're gonna start getting armed up and start shooting these
But
protesters.
here's the thing: during the Antifa and BLM riots, they were like, "Oh, black lives." They were destroying black-owned businesses. Where the fuck did that make sense? Everybody's life matters.
Yeah.
Does this make any sense to anybody out there?
And a lot of these businesses that are getting destroyed, there's apartments complexes that's attached to them.
Exactly.
So these
So they're
people's
destroying
homes,
people's homes.
yeah, on top of that. So now those people aren't living on the streets because they have nowhere to go now.
Exactly. And like I said, on Craigslist, it's been confirmed that there were job openings for paid rioters listed as protesters, paying them a lot of money per day to go out there and do stupid. So if you recognize one person's face from one place to another, that's because they're paid to get on a bus and go to the next location. And that's what my oldest son, had said, that they were just paid to show up in Dallas that year. No, I know who that was.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, it's stupid that these people are being paid. Like, it's just dumb. So the point is, turn off your fucking lying ass news. Pay attention to everything going on around you, because it's not right that somebody is paying people to go out and do stupid. If you're paid stupid, shame on you, and I hope your ass gets arrested, because you would deserve it. If you're against this country, either get out or you deserve to be locked up. With that said, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. Except for the stuck on stupid people, I hope somebody can smack some common sense back into you, and I'll see you in the next one. And thank you for your opinion on this, Steve.
Hmm?
I said thank you for your opinion
Yeah.
and insight.
Yeah.
What about you, Copper? Yeah? Okay.
She
Bye.
just goes with the flow.
Right? She's listening. Right? You're just listening. See? That's her opinion.